Hey everybody. Today is a wedding cake delivery day. So I thought I'd take you with me again. I did this one other time last year. Kind of a day in the life kind of video on what it is like to deliver a wedding cake. So I'm heading over to work. I just stopped at Culver's to get me a salad. I'm going to eat at work while I am getting the cake chilled and the delivery box. I like to use dry ice in a delivery box. I find that that's the easiest way to get my cakes delivered. I like to have them chilled and firmed up by the time I get them to the venue, and that way, especially if I have to assemble them on site, that makes it easier because I can touch the cakes just like you would if you were using the freezer at work while assembling a cake. But for this one, it is already assembled. It's a 3-tier, it's already assembled, and I just need to get it to the venue, which is 30 minutes away. And then they are supposed to have some flowers for me to put on the cake. I don't know if they're gonna be fresh or silk. They didn't tell me ahead of time. I don't even know what they're gonna be. So hopefully they're gonna be something that will work on the cake. Because sometimes with silk, if you're not picking them out yourself, the client doesn't know not to get the oversized artificial flowers, because they can look a little silly on a cake if they're much larger than the surface area that you have on the cake. Does that make sense? So yeah, we'll go to work and get all packed up, eat my lunch, and then head out to the venue. So stick around. And disclaimer, if these flowers not what I'm hoping they're going to be, because I really don't know. You probably won't even see this. I have the footage of doing the cake already done. I just need to do the finishing touches, and we'll see. If the flowers aren't what I'm liking or what I think would be like video worthy, just because, I mean, they'll be fine. But you know, I like to put my best foot forward, and if they're not what I would like to put out, then you probably just won't even see this. This might be a TikTok video. Who knows? So anyway, stick around, and we'll get to the next stage of the journey here. Now, you know, I cannot do a video without having some actual cake decorating in it, right? So I thought I'd go ahead and insert the footage of part of the decorating process. For this cake, the background was it's white on white, basically, with some floral accents. So I guess it's just white, not white on white, but I just used my American buttercream, and I'm just using a texturizing comb. I believe this is a Wilton comb, and I will try to remember to attach a link to that comb on there. My little trick to adding the comb texture to the outside of a cake. I really suggest having some hot water next to where you're working. Now you can use like a pitcher or a taller vase, a wider vase, something that your comb is going to fit into, and dip it into your hot water before each time you do a round of the comb on the cake, and that helps to get it smooth. I definitely suggest that. And just so we don't miss it here, this is where I am inserting my support system. I like to use these large plastic dowels, and then I use some big straws, some boba tea straws in between on the lower levels typically. This one I didn't actually. I don't know why, but maybe we didn't have any. Hard to say. But I like to use a star cutter. Press it down in the middle of the cake, and then that shows you 5 points, the outside points of that star where you will insert your dowels. Now, if it's a wider cake, you would use those markings, but then bring them out an inch or two, depending on the size of your cakes that you're working with. And I did the same thing throughout all of the tiers. So here's my box, guys. This is how I deliver my cakes. It's just a regular moving box that I have adapted to be used for these purposes. And at some point, maybe I'll show you how I make those, but they're kind of time invasive, and they still work, the ones we have, so we'll make more as we need more. But what this is, on the bottom, I have just the box, and then a wood board, particle board, with a non-skid shelf liner on top of that. And then inside of this box, it's well loved, so don't judge me on this, but it's got 1/2-inch foam insulation board velcroed onto the box. top, and it's supposed to be on all sides. This one's missing. Don't know where it's at. That's all right. Got 3 sides. It'll work. So I'm going to set up my camera and show you how I load this. And this in this well-loved cooler, my husband's cooler, is some dry ice. So I'm going to set up the camera and you can see how I do this. And remember, guys, this is a functioning bakery, so there are messes. Sorry if it's not completely picked up, but these things are being used. They're in the process of being used. So we can't put things away when we're still using them. So I'm going to go get the cake and I'm going to put it in the box. Let's put one in each corner. Honestly, that's where you have room. Really, that's all it's going to take. Carefully put this over the top. There we go. So now this is ready to be delivered, and I'm going to just let it sit in the box while I eat my lunch. And then I will load up. I do have some cupcakes to go with this, and I will try to, if the venue's okay with it, set up a camera so that you can watch me assemble the entire thing. Thought you might want to see what I'm putting in my little goodie bag to take with me. I have some floral wire, because you never know if you're going to need floral wire. Some pliers. And I like to bring a palette knife, a sharp pointed palette knife, just in case I need to drill any holes in the cake to put the flowers in. My spatula, shears, scissors, towel, floral tape to wrap any stems, some gloves, and some extra buttercream. And also over here we have the cupcakes that are going with me, an extra box, and apparently the mother of the bride wanted her own bag of buttercream. Don't know why, but that's okay. And I think she has some labels for the different flavors of cupcakes. All of this is going to go in my car, and I also have a cart that I'm going to load into my car. So this is why I have a minivan. My kids don't need me to have a minivan anymore, but my job does. All right, so I'm all ready to go, and here is my setup. There's my box. I'd like to put another shelf liner, non-skid mat type thing underneath everything. So with my cupcakes, see if I can get a better view here. I have it underneath, I have a long piece, and I have it underneath the first row. Then I fold it over and I put it in between the 2 different layers of cupcakes. And that way you save space and your cupcakes aren't gonna go anywhere. I know I don't do cupcakes on my channel, but I do cupcakes. Then I've got my cart strapped to my chair and my little bag of goodies. And we'll be on our way. And that, guys, is why we use dry ice. Holy crap, that's a lot of hills. Anyways, let's go set up. So typically when you make a delivery, they will probably have some kind of a stand for you. Now I suggest that you let them know the minimum size. If it's 12-inch cake on the bottom with the 14-inch board, tell them that it needs to be at least 14 inches in diameter. That way you know that you have enough room to place the cake. And I also like to pull the cake stand towards the edge of the table if they set it in the middle of like a 4 or 5 foot table and they expect you to reach across and there's no way. Go ahead and pull the tablecloth towards you if you can. And then that way, once you get the cake on there and decorated, you can pull the tablecloth from the other side and pull it towards the middle of the table. This time they had some decorations, so I did have to end up messing with straightening out the tablecloth at a later part here. Now this is one of those situations where they had the bouquets already beautifully assembled for me, but you can see that there's no way that I'm going to be able to, I didn't think anyway, these side ones I did manage to get them on without pulling them apart. But the top one I did have to pull apart to get it to fit in there because that's just too big. It's just too big, so I did have to ask permission to go ahead and pull that apart, and I did. So I'm using some floral wire. Thankfully, I brought it. That's why I have all those things in my bag. And I'm making little hooks, like little hairpin hooks, and that's how I'm going to get these flowers to stay on the side of the cake. So I just went ahead and stuck it on there and used my little hairpin. It's not a hairpin, it's a floral wire to secure it to the cake. You could put a little buttercream underneath there if you wanted to. I found that I didn't need to this time. They stayed just fine. And then what I did to hide the handles, like these are little bouquets they made, is what they look like. And the part where all the stems are together, hooked together at the base there, I didn't want to cut through those because my wire cutters probably wouldn't be strong enough to do that. So what I did was, since I had some extra bouquets, there were 2 extra bouquets, I tore them apart and I filled in the back side with some more flowers, because you got to remember that you're going to see this cake. People are going to see this cake from all sides. So it would look kind of silly to have those stems sticking out the back. So I had to get creative on how to camouflage those in, and that's how I did that, was by adding some extra flowers on top of where the stems are with a little buttercream. And there's our finished cake. I think it's gorgeous. This is my standard style. I know you see me do a lot of abstract modern, but honestly, this is where my heart truly lies. I love doing the abstract modern. I think it's eye-catching. I think it's bold. I think it's different. But I'm a shabby chic girl at heart, so this really tugs at my heartstrings. I loved doing this one. So some takeaways on this one. They had already arranged the bouquets of flowers that they wanted to put on the cake, which there's a lot of work that goes into that, a lot of time. I get it, but the problem is they always oversize those. They're too heavy and too bulky to actually fit on the cake. So I had to end up asking permission from, I think it was the mother of the bride or the mother of the groom, if it was okay for me to take them apart to get them to fit better on the cake. I understood that the size that they wanted for these bouquets. So I used the ones on the sides as is, and I made some hooks out of my floral wire to anchor those in. Now the bunch at the top would have been great, except for the topper was too short. You wouldn't see it. So that I ended up having to take that one apart too. So yeah, just ask permission explained the situation, and they were fine with it. And I asked the venue, if you're ever planning on doing like a vlog type thing, blog, whatever, ask permission from the venue. I asked permission from the venue if they were okay with it, and I asked permission from the families if they were okay, because there might be people in the background, and the venue might not want their venue being shown. So I will try to remember to tag the venue in the description of this video, just to make everything right. So yeah, those were the takeaways. Go in, stake out your territory before you bring all the cake in, because you want to know where the cake is going before you bring it in. Because what if you put it in the wrong spot, or what if it's half a mile away and you're carrying this box? You want to find out the lay of the land before you bring all your stuff in. I think those were my main things. I left some boxes for them for their extras. We did some labels for the different flavors of cupcakes so that they know what they're eating. And yeah, so it was very beautiful. Turned out really gorgeous. So that was a really nice wedding. It's nice to see that kind of classic country shabby chic, but still slightly modern twist to it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you want to see more of these videos. If not, that's okay. We'll go back to what I normally do. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. And if you'd like to watch some other videos, go ahead and click on the link to one of these other videos shown here. And if you would like to check out my other social media, I am on Facebook and Instagram under the same name, Sophisticakes by Mary. And please take the time to share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload another video. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next tutorial.